The gurus of our camp are preparing a grand ritual to commune with him.
Did I ever ask why they tossed you in here? Maybe you like animals too much. Same as me.
Excuse me, what the fuck?
Imagine dreaming about a solid remake for a game you loved as a kid, and it finally arrives, and it's complete dog shit. Well, that's what happened in 2019 with a playable teaser for GOTHIC Remake, a subpar collection of very questionable decisions that made a mockery of one of the best things I've ever played, a Vaseline filter, Unreal Engine in its worst For Honor battle system. The main character that wouldn't shut the fuck. It was bad. Man, I thought that was it. Gothic is dead in the crypt. Imagine my surprise when I discovered that it released. Like, obviously I had to see it for myself, even if I was completely prepared to trash the thing. Expected another soulless cash grab, cannibalizing on the corpse of what was once great. Oh. Well, that ain't half bad, Alkimia. Only thing I can say, this is Gothic. And this is one of the greatest compliments I could ever give, so let's start. It's been 26 years since Gothic came out, and I'm gonna assume that most of you aren't familiar with the thing. Gothic is an open-world RPG with a very strange and at times hostile difficulty curve, great atmosphere, and a very cool world, with the most important part of its appeal being that it doesn't hold your damn hand. No map icons, no quest markers, no convenient bullshit arrows to follow, no skill trees, no abilities, you don't even know how to use a damn sword. Nothing in this game assumes you're a retard, which by modern standards is basically an insult. Imagine, if you will, that you just got convicted of a federal crime and shipped off to a colony run by criminals instead of authorities. Oh wait, you don't have to imagine shit, that's literally the plot. You are a fresh meat in a lawless max security prison, the bottom feeder, and the game makes it crystal clear that you're a little nobody here.
Welcome to the colony.
You see a baby bird and go, oh, that's a level 1 enemy, I could just simply... well, this big hamster fella seems innocent enough. He has friends, fuck me.
Thou darest threateth me? Begone, foul!
Okay, he just one-shot me, what the fuck? Fine, my first fetch quest, 5 minutes, in and out.
Here we are. Bloodwind sends his regards.
Humbling. If it seems unfair and difficult, it's because it is. And that's what makes progression in this game so satisfying, this world so palpable. Every decision makes your rise or downfall, every new enemy felled is another region conquered, every new skill point, every new friend, every bit of progress feels important and deserved. You earn that, nobody handed shit to you. And the only way you earn that is by actively studying the works and do's and don'ts of this world. The game makes you interact with itself on such a fundamentally different level, like, take Skyrim for example. Here you can interact with NPCs, but you're perfectly okay just skipping the bulk of the interactivity and just go with power leveling. Not so in Gothic. You skip the Diego dialogue in the very beginning, you're not getting into the old camp for free, period. Interaction is crucial to your survival in any short or long-term goals. Combine that with a rich environmental storytelling, an amazingly detailed world that just screams soul and character. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Game loop is simple, almost binary. It presents you with an obstacle, be that a narrative or a physical one, and says, fuck you, figure shit out, go, talk people, eat shit.
How do I recognize the gurus?
I don't know, I don't care. Okay, what the fuck was that? Well, most of the tasks have many ways to approach them. Like, for example, in the very beginning, Whistler can give you the quest to retrieve a sword from Fisk for 100 nuggets. You go to Fisk, you take the sword, you're done. Here's some XP and a pat on the back, fuck off. Or, you can just take the nuggets and invest them into smithing, take 130 nuggets in return and a new sword for yourself, and then complete the quest with 20 nuggets extra payout. If you take any quest and try to just complete it, you are likely losing on a profit most of the time, so the game really rewards you thinking, and the more outside the box your thinking is, the better the reward. Like, yeah, you could go on a time-consuming quest line, spying on the Brotherhood, working with Calom for Dexter, fiddling about the camp, for one single piece of paper or some XP and nuggets. Counter proposal. Fuck you, you dirty swamp bitch. Fuck you and your stupid high horse attitude. I'll take your sword and rune as well, you bitch. Loop aside, let's talk world building. Gothic's immersion is viewed by a player through a prism of imperfections and jagged edges that tell the story a little better than a glossy finish can. Okay, the best way to understand what I mean, I remember Adam Savage making binoculars from Blade Runner, and my thoughts were like, wow, this looks cool, but why is he destroying the finish he just applied? Isn't that the point? But then I understood that scars tell the story and that imperfections applied to a degree complete the finish. Maybe by contrast, maybe by some inherent human perception bias. You see, people who made Gothic, both original and a remake, understood the difference between consistent and monotonous. And a big part of that is how camps are written, or I guess rewritten. Wait, let me pick this lock. Okay, where was I? Alright, camps. The old camp is full of dicks who fancy themselves oligarchs. The new camp is your fuck the establishment crowd. The swamp camp are the guys who ran out of shits to give and threw themselves into religion. But it's not one personality smeared across the faction where no matter to whom you talk, you kinda get the same three responses. Kyle hates the old camp, Mud is stupid, Snuff is hungry, Jackal is petty, Fletcher is lazy, Bloodwind is actively trying to fuck you over, Diego is your top dog from day one, Huno and Fisk open up immediately. Even across regular diggers, some are helpful, some are spiteful, some just want to leave their camp but don't know how to. It feels like a collection of real people who share a problem, but no one is 100% sure on what the solution should be. Consistent, not the same. Landscape works similarly. It's easy to get lost in the forest at first, but then... Okay, 5 and 4 bind in reverse. Is one open? Fuck! Playing the original, I always navigated by landmarks rather than a map. And it still works here. It's a forested colony, and yes, some of it feels different from the original, but what matters is that traversing it never felt like sludging through endless desert or a collection of haphazardly placed trees. Paths wind into one another, a log above you becomes a bridge across the gap, one wrong turn and you end up in the old mine instead of a new camp. Distinct signposts, they're sometimes literal, other times a big rock or a pile of corpses. It feels real at every point. Most locations have multiple approaches. Spotted muggers ahead, turn around, find a cleaner route. It's hard to get your bearings, but when you get them, boy do you travel, I tell you what. Navigation becomes a second nature. At some point you will be able to traverse the thing without relying on a map, period. Though if I had to pick most visually distinct improvement from the original, Swamp Camp. The place really got itself a big glow up, and I think it retains the atmosphere of the original whilst improving fidelity a lot. Quests are just as good as they used to be, and grounded in reality in a proper way. Huno needs your help because he's late with the order, Dexter just wants to get high while you spying on Calom. Calom, what the fuck does that sound so familiar? No, bad horrible TikTok song. Where was I? Sly's hunting his own friend who he thinks defected, Mordrak stole from the barons, Diego needs a list of provisions from the old mine. You are engaged in the life of the colony, you don't do bidding. You survive one favor at a time, and however you want to survive is up to you. Fuck Huno, make the swords and sell them to Fisk instead. Mug the diggers, cheat Diego out of the supply list and deliver it to Lee instead just to rob him and join the Swampers. You never feel on a rail. Because even conditions to fail the quest can vary. I guarantee your playthrough will look nothing like mine or your friends. Me and my fellas forgotten so much about Gothic to the point of completely blanking on Mud, so we had to relearn the whole thing from scratch, strategizing together, telling each other about newly discovered things. I stuck with the old camp, one of us went to the new camp, got himself a new ride, one went to the Swampers, learned magic circles and started wizarding right away. And even though things like choice of the camp feels very binary or rather ternary, you're not pushed towards any one selection. Also, when Ross made a video on Gothic, he felt skewed towards the new camp because he disliked the way old camp shook him up for money. Never understood that, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, the old camp are digs, but it's not like they're hiding it, and it's not like their organization is impenetrable. On the contrary. Ranking up to a warder feels real nice, and mainly because you have played the system to your advantage, going from
I'm in danger!
I am the danger.
Fucking up Bloodwind for all his shit feels so amazing. And a new camp felt exactly the opposite. Yeah, you're welcome, says Drax, one step in and whoops, fetch the water, samurai. That is two-faced. And the whole old camp doesn't want to share, so we rob them. Yeah, why the fuck would they want to share? Heard of capitalism? You thieving, collectivizing fucks. What I'm getting at is new camps are commies. Swamp Camp I just don't want to dignify with the evaluation at all. Fuck these Children of the Sun wannabes. So yeah, consistent, immersive world with a great atmosphere. Which is fucking bullshit because of this. Lockpicking in the original was a simple action that yielded a lot. Now, this is the hardest lockpicking mechanic I've ever seen in any video game. And it's cool like first 20 chests, sure, but fuck me does it get old quick. It cuts you out of the immersion for 5 minutes at a time for what often is a garbage reward. You'd be going on a quest and see that brown fucking thing, and there might be a goodie in it, so you do the picking dance and it's a fucking tumbler. And some of the best items are in chests, so the choice here is either skip a big part of the game or die from brain teasers. Like 3rd Gothic had an unlocked chest spell, just give me that as an alternative. Make lockpicking skill more useful as is? Fuck no, I won't spend 10 points and a pile of nuggets for my tedium to be 8% less annoying. Solution! Classic 2-picks mod from Nexus. It returns original lockpicking back to the remake. Fuck the locks, roll the spoilers. The story of Gothic is simple and effective. More importantly, it doesn't present itself up front, it still manages to reel you into itself just through the merit of how well it is written. But all you know from the jump is that war with orcs is raging outside the colony. The colony itself has been covered by a magical dome to collect the ore for the kingdom. Spell backfired and it became a permanent issue because no one can get out. By the way, that's it for the lore for this video. If you wanna know which testicle of protagonist's dad is responsible for a production of Innis-worthy power leveling murder bot spermatozoid, Viki is available 24/7. I'm not that, okay? I could spend another hour speculating on how Uriziel's magic is seeping into the ground created the magic ore from regular rocks and how Sleeper is actually a black Jewish conspiracy, but that is fucking stupid. Important part is the story of Gothic is written competently. It even follows Trey Parker's rule of,
we can take these beats, which are basically the beats of your outline, and if the words and then belong between those beats, you're No, it should be this happens, and therefore this happens.
Events occur naturally and never had it ever made me feel like, oh, they're getting killed or what? So he's a siren, fuck you, fuck you. So what is it about? Well, I'd argue that events that happen in the first 3 chapters are unimportant. Join camp, do the ritual, find the focus stones, that whole thing is fun but narratively irrelevant. What is relevant is a case study of corruption and how people will act in a confined environment with limited resources. Okay, hear me out. The reason why I feel this story hits differently is because reactions of characters are very real. Why Gomez kills all the fire mages? Well, because his position as a leader, one of the most important people in this place, is threatened. If they take the barrier down, his authority will suddenly mean nothing. His wealth of ore is suddenly useless. You collect coin throughout the game. I ended up with 11,000 of them. They worth nothing in a colony. And the ore is everything, but take the barrier down and the values will likely reverse. He will become a prisoner once again. Okay, what about Saturas? He's a leader with the burden of making sure that the ore will go to the right source. But he never sees a bigger picture, never recognizes that the plan to blow up the barrier was nothing but the goal to keep everyone around him sane rather than desperate. And only when his plan is about to come to fruition does he understand that he made the wrong choice. A choice that Callisto and other fire mages didn't even get to make, aside from Zadros, who betrayed his religion, something demon, something necromancy, something. Even orcs are not immune to that. Being stuck like that made them soft, and while humans fell into the hands of the sleeper, orcs like Urshark made the opposite movement, straying away from the religion he was the priest of. But the most important, aggravating piece of self-fucking-serving, sleazy, CEO-minded, chuckle-fucking dog shit is Core Calom. No! I would argue that the main villain of this story is not even a malevolent god of destruction, but rather the moron who decided that letting him out is a great idea. I swear to fucking god, this man and his high horse, he was sent here for some lame ass shit like tax evasion, or being gay, or saying the king is not so kingly, or some lame shit like that. Even Mud, the goat fucker, is more respectable in my eyes. He was not corrupted by the colony, no. He was always a prick, a pussy to the bone. And that's what the back half of this game is, everyone's agenda colliding at once. Gomez kills the fire mages to protect his position, Saturas refuses to let go of 10 years of work, and him will fucking get to that. So you go on a wild safari, create the Ulumulu, grease it with the blood of its creator, infiltrate the Orc Enclave, and enter my favorite part of this game, the temple. And in any playthrough it is brutal, however, I've invested in the circles. Here we have to fight 5 shamans and 3 demons to get to the Uriziel. This is one of the hardest missions in the entire game that requires highest grade gear. After that, it's a short stroll back to Zadras and 1 teleport to the new camp. Zadras says if we repair the Uriziel and fill it with magic, it will be able to stop— No! Fuck! The sleeper, not that retarded chuckle fuck. It would, however, take the magic of the entire ore pile of the new camp. Look at this, Milton. Isn't it beautiful? Milton?
I can't leave without my buddy Superfly.
So a few persuasion checks later and...
Fuck's sake, fine.
Anyway, you get the big sword and go on a rampage through the temple again to get to the sleeper's chamber. No. Stop, you fuck! I should have killed you a long time ago. I should have strangled you in your fucking bed, you genocidal cuck! Your song sucks, your sleeper is gay, your mom is fat, it doesn't love you. Kill! Come back here, you greasy fuck. Oh, you wanna pin me against my party? Well, I'm gonna disappoint you on that front. I don't care whose shit I must push in as long as I get to send you back to Jesus. You will know my god, you fucking Gearbox CEO wannabe. Oh, Calom. You fucking bottom sleep slot. You think I need my party? Okay, here. Feel my wrath! Player dies in the tomb collapse cutscene, and with that, story of Gothic ends. Actually, it doesn't. You play as him in the next 2 games, but whatever. Jeez, this was a blast. My god, this remake is one of the best games I've ever played, and mostly because the original Gothic is one of the greatest games I've ever played. And this is like 90% that, and everything but the looks and conveniences of modern gaming. I remember hating Gothic when I was like 9, and picking it back up when I got a little older, old enough to understand how controls work, and yeah, this feels not just nostalgic, this feels like exactly the same. The only thing that brings it down is lockpicking, and also Zadras should be able to teach you magic circles, like come the fuck on. It's so easy to get fucked and not be able to learn any magic in this game that is actually funny to me. Also, Alkimia, what the fuck, you patched out the Gomez robbing? Are you shitting me? Now I feel robbed. Thank god I played it before the patch, or I would have been mad as hell. It was one of the greatest things you can do. Thing that made you feel cool and special. It's a single player game, Alkimia, for crying out loud. Let me have my fun. Aside from that hurdle, the game is amazing and you should really check it out. Anyway, see you next time in the voodoo shenanigans of the dark.